everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I wanted to film a what I eat in a day and some tips for eating in college. I'm really passionate about cooking and I want to share that with you guys. So with that being said, let's get right into the video. Tip number one is smart grocery shopping. And for reference, I go grocery shopping probably every 2 weeks at around that time. And within that time span, like I eat out probably 1 or 2 times. So I'm definitely cook at home a lot. So I need to be very conscious about what I'm getting at the grocery store. I normally save like recipes from Pinterest or TikTok recently. I love scrolling through TikTok and like saving the videos and then going back later when I'm creating my list and picking out things that I'm like actually excited about. I focus on like 3 to 4 dinners every 2 weeks, and I try to find like overlapping ingredients within those recipes just because I think sometimes it can be challenging picking out recipes that are like completely different and you're stuck getting a whole bunch of various ingredients, and then it'll really rack up your cost. So with that being said, what I mean by 3 to 4 recipes is I'll eat those things multiple times for dinner, but I normally pick like 3 or 4 things over the course of 2 weeks to eat for dinner. And I feel like this has really worked for me over the course of the past few years being in college. I don't really love meal prepping. However, when I am really busy, it can become necessary. I just like personally enjoy cooking and taking that time to cook. I always go with a list to the grocery store. It can be so dangerous not to do that. Not only because you'll get a lot and it'll cost a lot, but like you'll end up with all these like random ingredients that like maybe can't make an actual meal, which can be really challenging. And then lastly, I always know my staples. And you should know yours too when you're making your list, just to be able to like be like, okay, I always need this. I'm gonna put it right on the list. For me, it's normally always eggs, avocados, and arugula. It always goes on the list. Oh, and Trader Joe's sourdough bread, which is amazing. It always goes on the list right away. So. Number two is to pick things that you're actually excited about. So I talked about before how I go through TikTok and pick my favorite recipes. And I know if I'm really excited about making something, it can even like get me through the day. Or if I've had a long day studying or doing homework, sometimes cooking is that break that I need. I know that it can be challenging, coming back and just wanting to relax and then having to cook and clean up, but it really can refocus your energy on something else, and it allows you to like free up some of those maybe thoughts that you were having about school or work or so on. I think that it has really great mental health benefits, and I think that if you personally like don't love cooking or you just think it takes up too much time, looking into watching a video like or a show, like your favorite show during it, or listening to a podcast, even music, it's sort of you're getting that relaxing activity, but you're also cooking and getting a meal out of it, which can be really helpful. If you think that you're, not a not great cook, and maybe that's like preventing you from trying out new things or cooking, maybe even looking up a cooking video so you can cook along with someone can be helpful. And again, practice makes perfect. You will get there. It takes time, but you need to pick things that you actually enjoy cooking, or you're going to be more likely, to eat out or eat unhealthy. My last tip for you guys before we get into my what I eat in a day is to map out your schedule. So I know, like I already had stated before, I go grocery shopping every 2 weeks. So if I have something, later in the week that's really time consuming, maybe I have a big test that I need to study for, I usually try to pick maybe the harder recipes before my life gets like too hectic, just because I have the time for them and I don't want to be rushed. I don't want to make cooking something that I dread. It should be something that you're excited about, or at least not stressed out about. So I pick things based on my schedule. I don't pick things that are really too time consuming. If I find a recipe that I really like and it is time consuming, maybe I'll do that on a weekend or a day that I really don't have anything. But normally that thing has to make multiple meals for me because I'm not going to put in that much work. I like things fast, quick, easy, and efficient. And then I always normally keep these frozen meals from Trader Joe's, love Trader Joe's, in my freezer so that when I'm on the go and maybe I get hungry or I need to eat dinner, I can quickly pull them out and eat them really fast. Because again, if you don't have that easy access to food, you're going to be more likely to eat out and spend money and maybe eat unhealthy. So that's the last of my tips. So now we're going to get into my what I eat in a day. I'm really excited for you guys to listen, and I hope my tips were helpful. So I had some avocado toast for breakfast. Here's me squeezing out the avocado on the Trader Joe's sourdough bread. Love their bread. Spreading out the avocado. And I always add the everything but the bagel seasoning and onion salt. And then the balsamic glaze, which I also get from Trader Joe's. And I add arugula and sprinkle the glaze on top. For lunch, I had some leftovers and I just heated it up in a pan. It was apples, spinach, potato, and sausage, and I added tahini to it. It was delicious. So here's what I ate for dinner. I did a little salmon bowl with broccoli, spinach, and quinoa. Here are some of the ingredients that I used. Here's me cooking my quinoa. I'm adding pesto to my salmon. I normally do 4 minutes for each side to get the perfect inside. And then here's me cooking the broccoli in the microwave. I like doing this because it's easy and there's less dishes. I cook and just add time until tender. Here's me plating the quinoa. I add some seasonings, normally like onion salt or garlic pepper to the quinoa, and I made leftover for later in the week. Here's me adding my broccoli that I added cheese and seasonings to. And then I go ahead and add the salmon. Here's my final product. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you liked it.